Welcome to my QM2 vlog series. I was going to be doing this cruise and this voyage as a solo cruiser, but actually, because Dave had done so much overtime with Crossrail starting, I was able to have him join me, which was lovely. So we travelled down. I had a shift on the Saturday, due to finish at 9, but managed to finish at 6 and take some annual leave because it was quiet. So we got the train from Waterloo down to Southampton. £20 return first class, but that is because we have a voucher. Well, I have a voucher from Dave because he works for a rail industry company. So we have 75% off, which is very good. I think it's about £40 single one way, potentially, usually. We only had a one-way ticket because we were flying back from Hamburg, and we stayed in a Premier Inn on Saturday night in Cumberland Place in Southampton. Dave booked it. It was about £80. It was one of the cheaper hotels that was a brand hotel. And yeah, it was nice. It was clean, tidy, quiet. We enjoyed our stay there. I mean, we were expecting to leave London at 9 o'clock, so not to get to the hotel till about 10:30 at night, and then to be leaving at like the next morning. So it wasn't worth treating ourselves to a posh hotel. But yeah, no, it was good. We'd definitely stay there again if we needed to. Nice bits of colourful artwork in the room, and the purple lights were nice. And then there were tea and coffee making facilities in the room that Dave used. And then the bathroom was clean, tidy, and an actual bath as well, which was nice. And then I looked at the tracking thing during breakfast and could see that QM2 had arrived. Dave's wasn't updating, so it still showed Sky Princess there. But I was like, no, Sky Princess was here yesterday. Bit of a panic first, though. Treating ourselves. Cruise day. So we got an Uber from the station where the Starbucks was down to the Mayflower Cruise Terminal. It cost about £4 or £5 to Uber it from the train station down. Our check-in time was 2 and we arrived as about 1:30. We wasted a lot of time in the Starbucks. And yeah, I mean, the check-in was just as smooth as check-ins go. It wasn't quite Sky Princess and Port Everglades, but it wasn't far off. I think because a lot of the people on the ship had been on since New York and going to Hamburg. So there's only a lot of these people coming and queuing to get on the ship around us were actually people coming back from a day off in Southampton rather than checking in and embarking. Just embarking, really quick embarkation. Very organised. Expected no less of Cunard. No time, we were on board the beautiful ocean liner Queen Mary 2. Spotted a bellboy on our way in and asked him if I could take his photo, and he happily posed. This is what I love about Cunard, a string trio as you're aboard. And then the bellboy is there as well. Our sheltered balcony cabin, stateroom, was available straight away, and we went up to explore. I really like the sheltered balcony. We had booked a obscured view balcony with a lifeboat in the way, but they upgraded us to a sheltered one, which is considered more expensive. And it was really nice. You can see here, spacious, a really comfortable bed and comfortable pillows, nice comfortable sofa, and just a really big balcony. We were really pleased with our cabin. We've arrived. We're on QM2. This is our lovely cabin, stateroom. I absolutely love Art Deco design. It's nice to see that. And the luggage. Branded luggage mat. I'll take a video in a minute without the TV going on in the background. It's a safety demonstration in German. A nice bathroom too, spacious, lots of room, lots of areas to place your wash bags and storage in those cupboards underneath. Shower curtain, I know people get the knickers in a twist about shower curtains. I don't mind as long as there's a nice shower. And the Pentagon's nice smellies as well. After visiting our muster station, which was in the buffet, actually, we'd already watched the safety video on the TV in our stateroom. Then we decided to go and find some lunch. So we went to the Golden Lion. Now, I'd never had a bar snack on board Queen Victoria, but had always known that they served them. So thought, oh, why don't we go to the bar for a bar snack? So here is the Golden Lion. Often in the right of the screen there's live music playing. And it's a lovely little pub. We're not really big goers to the pub on ships, but this pub is lovely. Dave's steak and ale pie with veg and potatoes. He did ask the gentleman, he's like, what does it come with? And he went, beef. Which I said is true, it does. And I've got fish and chips. So just come for lunch in the Golden Lion. I never ended up having a bar lunch here on Queen Victoria, so it's been nice. And Dave had a steak pie. And now we're going to go and explore before we sail away. We've done muster. We've done the safety video. Our case is, we've seen it on the ship. So we're going to go off explore. I'll take you with me. I'm only on this ship for 2 nights, so I'm going to try and see everything and show you everything, and we shall see how that goes. There's a beautiful summer's day on our embarkation day, and there's supposed to be a cafe open up here on the deck, but sadly it wasn't, which seemed a bit of a short-sighted, really, considering how nice and sunny it was, and the fact that it wasn't a major turnaround day. But anyway, there must be reasons. No staff, I suppose. Whilst on the open decks, I heard a woof, and I was saying to Dave, that woof is the kennels. He was trying to tell me the kennels were on deck 7, but I knew they weren't. So off I went to explore, and he came with me, of course, and we found the kennels. So access for pet owners only. So you can bring your dog or your cat on board Queen Mary too. I think I was going to say Queen Victoria then. You can't on Queen Victoria, Queen Elizabeth, but you can on QM2, particularly for transatlantic crossings. Cunard supplies an American fire hydrant and a British lamppost for the doggies to pee on, so they have something familiar to pee on. Here she is, Queen Mary 2. We've just been by the kennels, and this is now the shuffleboard. Was it deck points? No, it's deck points, isn't it? Must know my deck games. Then we continued our potter around on deck. This has a retractable roof, this pool. Oh, looks a little bit grotty though, which is a bit sad. She needs a bit of love, bless her. Now I love this picture of the sun deck outlook, if I say so myself. Like a kind of astroturf on the decks up here, which had like big holes in where you seem to go down. I don't know, it felt like there used to be wooding there and they've just kind of astroturfed over it to cover it up. I don't know, it needs some love, bless. We then visited the lookout. It's a covered sort of area above the bridge where you can look out to the front of the ship and in front of her. On this particular day, the lookout could look out over Norwegian Star and P&O Britannia, who were docked in Southampton with us. I discovered the bridge viewing area, of which I have never ever seen anyone ever mention. And it's not on the deck plan, it's not in the newspaper. So I'm glad we stumbled across it, and we return later in my vlog series. Now, we can't video on the bridge, but I'll show you in more detail where it is. QM2 also has a lovely observation deck immediately on the deck, outside, forward, below the bridge. Fabulous views. I time-lapsed all the way down the Solent from the central point on that deck. Ah, that's the banging. Oh, they're lifts with glass. We've come over to the observation deck. We've just been on the lookout and discovered that we can go to the bridge to review the bridge tomorrow and see. Oh, wow, that smoke's not so nice, eh? Oh, God. Oh, dear. This is when I long for, like, trading voyages and wind power. Yeah, that's not good. Anyway, the ship is Delilah. She needs a bit of love. I mean, I look around and I'm sensitive in, like, everything. He, however, doesn't. But he's wired like that with work to improve things. And, oh, the smoke's going. She needs a bit of pain and a bit of like love, bless her, but she's beautiful so far. First impressions are good. The staff are great, the crew. Just having a look. Look, there's Norwegian Star. I keep wanting to call it Norwegian Joy. It's not Norwegian Joy, it's Norwegian Star. And then Britannia in the background. Did you even go on QM2 if you don't have a picture of these like propeller blades? I went for a more unique look down on them. So it was soon sail away time, and as I said earlier, I picked a spot central on the observation deck, right below the bridge. This is my view of down to the sort of promenade deck. And yeah, I took up shop here with my new GoPro, had it on its tripod, and filmed as we sailed down the Solent. And I will share that film with you because it's quite interesting. I'm usually on one balcony or the other or up on decks. I don't ever see the forward view down. So yeah, it was quite fun to record. This is the view from the observation deck up at the bridge, so it's the deck above. You know me, I will never tire of taking photos of ships, especially huge ocean liners like QM2. If you want to see regular photos of ships, I post at least a photo a day, usually for scheduled posts, but when I'm on cruises, I'll post more of ships, inside and out, so join me over on Instagram if photos of ships are your thing. Because the observation deck goes out underneath the bridge wings, you have fabulous side of the ship views that you can take photos of and pose. These are little lifts on the outside of the ship that go from the observation deck. Actually, no, they go above the, from like the lookout down to the promenade kind of deck. Deck 7. And now we were down on the prom deck to look up and take pictures of the observation deck and the bridge. It's great views, and you can see that gap under the bridge and above the windows is where the observation deck is. Yeah, fabulous views of this ship, and I love the setting on my camera that allows me to sort of zoom outwards and take photos like this. It's just, she's a beautiful ocean liner, just absolutely gorgeous. And we had a walk down the side of the ship. A lot of people were on the sun loungers. I have to say the Azamara ones were much more comfortable. But they're beautiful, nevertheless, the Cunard ones. Then we went to the aft of the ship. I had a look out the back. It was quite busy. Lots of people out on deck having a drink and enjoying themselves for sail away. But then we returned to our stateroom and popped open our fizz. So everyone gets some fizz. It'll be in your fridge as you embark, or in an ice bucket in your stateroom, and yeah, celebrate being on the ship, being alive, and going to enjoy yourself.
To Hamburg, and for those of you continuing your voyage, welcome back. This is my immense pleasure and privilege to be in command for this voyage, and delighted to say, leading the teams on board, our senior management team. Leading the hotel department, hotel general manager is David Shepherd, looking after the technical operation on board, chief engineer John Cavish. Looking after the crew, welfare and development, human resources manager Greg Bragg. Deputy captain, looking after marine and security is Matthew Nichols. And looking after the medical and public health team on board, our principal medical officer, senior doctor Joanne Gore.
Oh, it's not Jerry.
Now, as you know, it is mandatory to give you emergency instruction prior to departure, and this is one area we have had to adapt due to the COVID protocols.
It's about to be sounded for guest familiarisation purposes only.
I'm filming a random bit for the announcement, but then I realised it's all rusty. Oh well. Abandoned ship. Oh, it's very rusty. But, as I keep saying to Darren when he's pointing out this to me, she works hard. New York to Southampton, New York to Southampton.
The signal you have just heard was the general emergency alarm and was sounded for guest familiarisation purposes only. No action is required by guests today.
Norwegian Star set off first, beeping her horn as she went, and then she led us down the Solent.
Through the Dover Strait, so keeping on the French side in the early hours of the morning to pass through the strait. Expect to be off Cap Green, closest point of the French coast, about 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, around about 5 miles off the headland there as we pass. Into the southern part of the North Sea then, should be passing the Amsterdam area around 11:30 tomorrow morning, tracing then the Dutch coast around into the German Bight, making our way around to the approaches to the River Elbe. We'll be up there late tomorrow evening, embarking our Elbe pilot at 11:30 p.m. Tomorrow. It's a long way up the River Elbe, 80 nautical miles to the port of Hamburg, so transiting the river overnight. And tomorrow night, embarking our harbour pilot at 6 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, and should be berthed alongside the Steinwerder terminal at 7 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday.
Was my little setup and my GoPro on its new tripod, filming the sail down the Solent. Sailed past a Carnival UK fleetmate, P&O Cruises Britannia. Employed by the same company. They're like, come on, Pete. I stop videoing, she starts. Oh, well, second row. Okay, show off. You're a lot higher up. That made them jump. Come on, what have we got for that, Britannia? Ah, no, that's us again. I like this too at the front. Horn battle tooting over, and it was time to sail down the Solent and wave at the red funnel ferries, one of which contained a good friend of mine's parents. I didn't know until she sent me a photo of the photo that they had sent from the ferry of the ship. So I sent a picture from the ship of the ferry back to her to send to her mum. We were very lucky with the beautiful sun as we sailed down the Solent and out on our way to Hamburg. Returned to our stateroom about 7ish to get ready for dinner, and our room steward had already done the turn down service, bless him, so efficient. Southampton pilots. Bye, bye-bye. See you, I don't know when we're next in Southampton. I don't know. Took a video of the menu for you to see, but it didn't focus on the starters. But I had as asparagus soup and some cheese for starter, and then I had the lamb rump, which was delicious, really scrumptious. And then I had a chilled mango souffle, and then of course the famous Cunard petit foie. The Britannia restaurant on board, if you are in a Britannia stateroom, is just beautiful. It's a fabulous place to eat. You can have breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea. Afternoon tea is an overspill from the Queen's room, and dinner there. Oh, these are the insides with windows. The carpets and the light fittings and ceilings are just spectacular on this ship, so always make sure you look down and up. I had some onboard credit, shareholder benefits onboard credit on this trip, so I wanted to treat Dave to a perfect serve of one of the Queen's Pickering gins, QM2 really, as we were on board her. So we went to the Queen's room because I also wanted to watch the dancing, because it was spectacular when I was on Queen Victoria, and it did not disappoint on QM2. Here are our QM2 Taste of the Americas perfect serve of Pickering's Queen Mary 2 gin. I have to say, they are expensive. They're about $14 each. They were our only alcoholic paid drink of the voyage. We did miss not, having to get the card out and paying for everything after the last few cruises being on ships where everything is included in the price and there's no getting the card out and signing receipts, and it is nice not having that faff and having paid for everything up front, which, to be fair, would be no different in price to a drinks bill on Cunard. So yeah, I would definitely like our small ships. I've got some Queen Mary 2 perfect serves. I do absolutely adore the Queen's room at night, and these singers were amazing, and the dancers were amazing too. Really, really good dancers. Light over there, dark over there. It's been, that's a long day. It's not been a long day. You can't really see me, sorry, but that colour of the sky is just beautiful. This is our sheltered balcony. Yeah. Anyway, it is 11 o'clock and the clocks go forward, so we are going to go to bed. Just had a bit of an evening, a quiet evening, dinner, and then sitting in the Queen's room watching the dancing. And then just having a peek at this beautiful sky. Yeah, it's been a nice day. And I shall take you around with me tomorrow too, our day at sea. Thanks for watching.